There are many times where I don't feel like I can be creative, even as my whole desire for expression drives me. And I guess in that way, I've been thinking about a drive. Maybe a drive around the country for sure, but also the drive within. Because I've realized that I don't know how to make sense of so many things that I don't control, which is something I've actually wanted to think a little bit less about, because I would like to focus what is in my control. As the idea that I've heard described is, it's good to be able to make a plan and to have a little bit of optimism, because pessimism might pull you under if too much of it is too negative. But I feel as though I have been trying to unpack the drive within myself, try to understand what all of this is really about. I feel like it gives me a lot of meaning to be able to be creative. And so that's something I definitely want to do, because I feel moved by music, by paintings, by literature and poetry. And that in and of itself is the reason to do it, of course. But I find myself pressured to conform in a society that I struggle to really understand. And I don't want this video to be too heavy. Even though I've been feeling a lot of heavy emotions lately due to many things out of my control, I've realized that I care more about maintaining what's left of me in the best way that I can, and not worrying too much about the scarcity mindset and all of the things that I have or feel like I don't have. And it's easier said than done, of course. But that's what I'm saying. I think that drive is there. I think the drive to I want to say change things, even though often the argument is that we can't change anything. So maybe change is the wrong word. But I definitely want to, because I don't even want to impact or influence necessarily. I just want it to be there. I want to be able to try to survive in a way that is more than just about getting my basic needs met. And I guess that is the artistic spirit that I feel might so often be crushed out of us, is that drive that's cut because we feel like we have to just do everything to survive and we don't have time to do anything creative. And it's super interesting because I ask myself, well, why do I keep doing it then if so much is at stake? And it's because it's just what makes sense to me, and because it's honest, and because it's genuine, and it allows me to have my integrity. I would say that that's one of the biggest reasons for having it. And so I wouldn't say that my drive to be creative is necessarily, bad, but I do tend to be judgmental about it because I just am not sure if I should keep trying. But that's the thing, is like, I'm glad that even though things have been tough lately and there's been a lot going on, I feel like that drive to understand has helped me better grasp what's going on around me. And it's given me a little bit more freedom to deal with the hand that I'm given. And so I would say that in that sense, nothing's wrong, because I still get to do, I still have been able to do things that are meaningful, even if it's been hard to prioritize. And I feel like that gives me hope, because in that way, I have had some opportunities and I have had things that I've been able to do. And so even if things might seem kind of bleak or like I don't really have any choices, it's always reframing and recognizing what you have control over and the things that drive you and push you forward. And I wouldn't say that I have an insatiable drive. My drive, I feel like, pales in comparison compared to most people's drives who just do the things that they do, and I never understand how they're able to do it all. So yes, I definitely could do more in that sense. But I feel that way because I think like the drive still is my impulse, is still the thing that I'm trying to do. It's still the thing that gives me hope. And so it makes sense to do that. And I like that I can do that. And I've been able to kind of reframe my thoughts lately to try to understand better the kind of freedom that I have as far as the intellect goes and as far as language goes. And there might be some constraints, but I feel as though there's a lot of things that I think are better now in my life that make it to where I can do some of those things. And so the drive, I don't think it's going anywhere. I think it's going to be there. I think I'm going to continually be able to move forward, and I like what I'm doing. And I feel this way because I've seen that drive in so many people around me, and it inspires me, and I want to contribute and create the way that I often feel inspired to. Because that's what this is about, is the inspiration and the desire to keep going, to be able to honor that impulse within, to be able to honor the drive, to be able to honor what it is that you feel most meaning doing. And of course, we hope these are productive things. I guess I still have to preface with that. But, you know, I feel like even though it may be hard to always know what to do, I think if we can trust that deeper impulse sometimes, even like the primal impulse in a way, which might often be criticized as being too generic or basic, might actually be the most truthful thing. As I heard recently, if you're not scared, this was actually with Stephen Pressfield and The Art of War, the War on Art, actually, which is basically saying that if you're not terrified doing something, then you definitely know that you don't want to do it. And basically the reverse is true. If you're terrified to do something, you know that you need to do it. And I think that's very inspiring. So I know that I can't change the world in any like deep way, but I'm not worried about that, because I just want to be able to live a life of integrity and be able to be creative and do good things and help people. So yeah, I'm Phoenix. I know my talk is a little bit all over the place, definitely trying some different things, really piecing it together, but I'm open to the creative process. I'm open to the drive within. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll check out my videos and my books. I will see you soon.